What's going on, world? It's your boy SenseiRip, and I'm back again with another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that thumbs up, drop a comment down below respectfully, and hit that notification bell so you can get the latest content as soon as it uploads. Now today, we got a clip from Dr. Umar responding to the game after the game defends Lebron James allowing his son Bronny to take a snow bunny to prom. So y'all know how we do. We're going to check out this clip. Let's hear what Dr. Umar says, and I will catch y'all afterwards with my commentary. Alright, so make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and let's get right into it.
A lot of folks been sending me some posts from our brother, the rapper Game, who's based out here on the West Coast in Los Angeles. Shout out to the Game. Shout out to the Game. I understand he expressed some disagreement with me pointing out the fact that I thought it was a contradiction that LeBron James and his beautiful wife allowed their son to take a snow bunny to the prom. So here's what I will say to my brother, the Game. First of all, I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm not interested in a war, and I'm not interested in a war of words. I don't want to go through what my North Philadelphia brother Meek Mill went through with the Game. I said I do not want to go through what my North Philadelphia brother Meek Mill went through with the Game. I don't have a need to prove my manhood to nobody, and I don't have a need to convince anybody of my manhood. So this is not going to be no East Coast, West Coast. It's not even going to be a beef. The brother expressed his opinion, and I'm going to express mine again for all to hear, including the Game. As a revolutionary Pan-African nationalist, as someone who is committed to the ultimate liberation of African people, I reserve the right to critique the behavior of any African. And I reserve the right to constructively criticize the behavior of any African if I deem that behavior to be in direct contradiction of what we as black people, and particularly we as black men, need to be doing. LeBron James is a man who I respect. I think he's been a great role model for black boys. I don't consider him to be a political activist at all, but I do consider him to be a good role model for black boys. And because so many young black men look up to LeBron James, rightfully so. He has a black wife. He stayed out of trouble. He's went straight from high school to the NBA, and he has kept his image and his life squeaky clean. He is definitely an exemplary black man. With that being said, he is not perfect. And with that being said, like all humans, we engage in contradictory behavior from time to time. And it doesn't hurt that somebody exposes that contradictory behavior. I did not destroy, I did not disrespect, I did not malign LeBron James. I did not cancel him. I said it was unacceptable, irresponsible, and politically dysfunctional for a man of his stature, with the amount of black boys who look up to him, to allow his son to take a white girl on the prom. If Game disagrees with that, I respect his right to disagree, but I am not backing down from my position. I don't scratch unless I itch. I don't dance unless I like the music. It was irresponsible to do that because the unspoken message in LeBron James deciding or allowing his 17-year-old son to take a white girl to the prom. Let's talk about the unspoken messages. What are the unspoken messages that are communicated to black boys and black girls by Bronny James taking a white girl to the prom? Let me give you one unspoken message. One unspoken message is that although LeBron James may have a black wife, he does not have a problem with his son having a white wife. Although LeBron James has a black wife, he does not have a problem with his son having a white wife. That's one unspoken message. Another unspoken message to black girls all over the country is I'm still not good enough. I'm still not good enough. Even LeBron James doesn't have a problem with black men dating outside the race. And for anyone to hint at saying his son taking a white girl to the prom is a non-issue is absolutely a fool or politically uneducated. Everything you do is a political statement. Everything you do is a political message. Everything you do has political repercussions. We are living in a country where educated black men date and marry outside their race more than the men of all other races put together as a percentage of the population. I know that. You know that. LeBron James knows that. I am not discounting the good things he's done, nor am I dismissing him as a role model for black boys. I do not have a problem with LeBron James. But the decision to let his son take a white girl to the prom reinforces an unspoken message that black women and black girls are insufficient to be the queens for black men. And that is a dangerous message. And someone as public and as popular and as prominent as LeBron James should have exercised better decision-making skills. We all make mistakes. We are all adults. This is not a cancellation. I'm simply saying that it was wrong. That is still that man's son. He still lives in his home. He is still responsible for his behavior. It was wrong. Just like it was wrong for LeBron James's good friend Dwayne Wade to let his childhood son make the decision that he wanted to spend the rest of his life as a girl. Dwayne Wade was wrong. Gabrielle Union was wrong. LeBron James was wrong for letting his son take a white girl to the prom. That is my position. If our good brother, the game, wants to disagree with me, he can disagree with me. He has his opinion, but I have mine, and I'm not backing down from my opinion for nobody. I'm not the only person to post that picture. He posted it himself. He is a celebrity as a child, and his father is a celebrity, one of the most prominent celebrities in the world. So that picture of LeBron James's son and his Snow Bunny prom date was already seen by tens of millions of people all around the world before Dr. Umar posted it. So let's not be disingenuous about this and try to make it look like I somehow got my hands on a picture that the world had not already seen. Let's stop being ridiculous. Now, if the game thinks it's okay for black boys to date outside of their community, when only 1 out of every 4 black women is getting married, if the game thinks it's okay for black boys to marry white girls, even though most black women will never get married, that's his opinion. If the game thinks it's perfectly fine for black men to not be loyal to black women, to be committed to black women, and to be committed to building up strong, independent black families, that is his opinion. Like I said, we're not going to go back and forth. We're not going to have a conflict. We're not going to have a problem. That's my brother. I respect him. We got a difference of opinion, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Well, let's talk about it, y'all. That was Dr. Umar responding to the rapper Game. After Game defends LeBron James for allowing his son Bronny to take a white girl to prom. Or as Dr. Umar would say, a snow bunny, right? But, after listening to Umar's response, I'm not shocked or surprised that he's unapologetic in his opinion, right? In his stance. At the end of the day, we all have to learn to agree to disagree, right? It's okay to have our own opinions, right? But in this case, we're talking about LeBron James, arguably, one of the greatest athletes of his generation, of his time, right? His name rings bells. So when you mention LeBron James and you speak on his fatherhood and how he raises his family, of course, the subject could get a little sensitive. People will get a little upset publicly on these platforms, and let it be known how they truly feel. If this was someone else, you know what I mean, maybe people wouldn't react to it differently. But since it's, you know, Dr. Umar calling out LeBron James, people are going to feel the need to comment on the situation, just like the game did. Because at the end of the day, parents, you know, they do the best that they can for their families, man. It's certain things, it's out of our control. You know, we can't dictate what a child does or how they do it. You know, all we can do is prepare them and get them ready for this world that we live in today. You know what I mean? On up until a point when, you know, they're able to take care of themselves. And, you know, let's be real, I don't have children, but that has to be a scary feeling, right? To be willing to sit back and let your child grow up in this world that we live in today. It's a lot of madness going on around us. So I can understand why Dr. Umar felt the need to, you know, speak on his stance and let it be known how he feels, because at the end of the day, you know, interracial dating, interracial relationships, that is a sensitive subject, you know what I mean, to be discussed amongst the black community. Because let's be honest, man, you turn on your TV, that's all you see being promoted, right? Interracial. So it's gonna always feel like there's an attack on the black household, and it's unfortunate that you know, it has to come to this point where, you know, we have to come out publicly and speak on these issues because it's real. But at the same time, this is prom season. Kids are going to prom, and I think it's a bit extreme that we now have to question LeBron James, you know, loyalty to black people, right? His activism, just because he simply allowed his son to go on prom with his white girl. To me, that's a bit extreme, but I also understand the need for the conversation, right? It's just at the end of the day, when you're speaking on, you know, men and what they do for their families, you got to be mindful what comes afterwards, man. We don't know what LeBron James thinks about Dr. Umar's stance. But at the end of the day, man, we just got to be mindful of, you know, what we say on these public platforms. And when you're speaking on a man and what he does for his family, and again, we don't know. LeBron could have had an issue with this for all we know. Like, we really don't know. We all speculate. You know what I'm saying? We all reacting in real time, just like Dr. Umar. So whether you agree or disagree, just let me know in the comment section below. But that's all I got for y'all, man. I'll be back with more dope content. My name is SenseiRip, and I will catch y'all at the next upload, man. Just let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Is Dr. Umar wrong, you know what I mean, for having his opinion? Or was he wrong for speaking on it on a public platform? You know what I mean? Do you agree with Dr. Umar's stance, or are you with the game in regards to just let the kids be kids? But that's it for you guys today, man. I'll check y'all out the next upload. Till next time. Peace.